Hey guys, what's going on? So today we're at the 2023 Lewis County Fair Demolition Derby, and we're going to be starting off right here in the pit area because I'm here quite a bit early this year, I guess, and they haven't got all the cars through inspection or anything. A lot of guys are still showing up, so we're going to start all the way from back here and work our way up to the main lineups. So here we got a Grand Prix. Right next to that we got a Dodge Durango. Pretty tough vehicles right here. Looks pretty rotted, but we'll see. Still got a lot of guys. We won't get too close to these guys because they're still unloading their vehicles, and I know I don't like, well, I shouldn't say I don't like people coming up to me, but you know, when you're in that mood and trying to get in through the inspection line, still have a bunch of stuff to do, it can get pretty hectic and people slowing you down. It gets a little frustrating, but that's okay. I know that's what I asked for when I'm a YouTuber. So, but luckily I have most of my cars pretty well done by the time I get there. Let's see, we got this car actually ran against me in San Filippo. It's back this year. We'll see how it does. Got a Saturn next to that as well. Or let's see, what is that? I can't remember off the top of my head. Does it say L300? Nah, I can't remember what the exact model of that is for some reason. I'm out of it. I got to get back to my derby mood and figure out what these cars are. I know this is a Malibu. Got some full size over here. Got a full size Crown Victoria there, LTD. Got a Chevrolet Equinox right there, newer style too. Got a wagon, Ford wagon. Ford Crown Victoria, as well as we'll make our way over there. We got cars all over the place. Got cars tucked over here. Got cars getting inspected over back there. But I'm not going to get the cars being inspected because more than likely they're going to come up through the line and I'll end up getting them. And if I miss your car, well, I apologize. But it is what it is. Got a Lincoln town car right there. Over we actually have a bunch of cars. Stuff back here, so I better actually go this way and show you guys this one's first, because this is got a bunch of cars tucked back in there. So got a Honda Odyssey to the left, and I believe that's a Nissan. Is it Nissan or Mitsubishi? I can't remember off the top. Oh, that's a Mitsubishi. I'm pretty sure that. Anyway, let's see. It's still labeled on the back here. Yeah, I'm pretty confident this being a. If I'm wrong, well, there it is, Mitsubishi. I can't remember the exact model, but I know it's a Mitsubishi. Got a Honda Odyssey right there, as I just previously mentioned. Got a Camry over there, but we'll make our way back there, I think. Actually, maybe we'll go over this way. Pretty hectic today, guys. I'm not used to walking around the pit area around like this because of just the way that it is today. I got a full size in front of this Camry here. We know the JYD cars. Pretty well built bone stock car for sure. Got a Ford Crown Victoria right there. We'll make our way over here. Here we got some nice amount of cars just sitting through here. What's interesting is most of these, or some of these, are inspected and some of them aren't. So I don't know which ones might be saved for later on tonight in the evening demolition derby. Got some wind coming through now. All right, so let's work our way from right to left. Got a Crown Victoria tucked back here, bone stock, full size. A lot of bone stock this year. They're emphasizing bone stock at the Lewis County Fair this year. Got a Ram next to that, another Ram next to that. And this Ram, this one's been all over the place for the past few years. Very, very beat up, but still going. Never had super good luck with it. I don't know if he's ever won with this truck, the guy who runs it. This one is a Cadillac. You can tell just by the way that it is. Big old DeVille. I believe this is a DeVille right here. Got next to that a Nissan. This is a Nissan Quest, I believe. Geez, my confidence in telling cars recently hasn't been too good, but I was right about that one. Right here I got a Hyundai, I believe this is an Elantra, a newer style Elantra. Don't see these too often. You see the older style Elantras more, but this is the newer style Elantra. You guys can see it right there. That's what's nice about the bone stock cars, still labeled on the back. Got a Camry right here, newer style. Next to that, you got a Dodge Grand Caravan or a Chrysler Town & Country. Going based off the interior and the leather seats and everything, I'm going to say this is probably a Chrysler Town & Country. Going based off how well optioned it is. Got a Ford Taurus behind that. Yep, there's your Chrysler logo. Got a Ford, let's see, Taurus. I think they call it 500. Yeah, this is the Taurus. I got the LeSabre right here. I like my LeSabres. Always like these cars for Demolition Derby. This one's a little bit worse for wear, but that's okay. As long as the frame's still pretty solid. They're pretty tough in the back here. They're pretty tough in the front. The biggest problem with these LeSabres is the suspension, and the motor mounts actually are pretty problematic too. The front frame looks pretty good on this one. It's not too bad. So we'll see how that holds up. Hopefully it holds up well. Got a Dodge Grand Caravan next to that, and right in front of that we have another Dodge Grand Caravan. Obviously the most popular vans in Demolition Derby still, but they're starting to change because of the Siennas and stuff like that. Over here, we're not going to get in this guy's way too much. Over here we got a Sonata, Hyundai Sonata. These are tough cars. These, I would like at some point to derby one of these, whether it's the newer generation or the older one. Right next to that, we got a Chevrolet Malibu. These are becoming more popular, but unfortunately, once again, aluminum spindles in the front and the back. Backs, actually, these are pretty tough cars, frame-wise. They're not bad at all. Got next to that a Ford Taurus or a Mercury Milan. Yep, Ford 500, like I said. They used a bunch of different names for this particular vehicle, but all the same underneath and everything. Over here, we've got a, this is, I believe, a very much newer Hyundai Sonata. If I'm right about that, this is a Sonata. So we'll see what kind of, how this thing holds up. I'm kind of curious. Newer generation Sonata. I can tell you right now, I'm not a huge fan of the frame. We'll see how tough it is, but no unibody, subframe, I should say. I got a subframe down there, but it's all the way back there, so there's nothing really connecting this front end up other than just the unibody frame rails flying. It looks like he's pre-bending cars. He's pre-bending the roofs. And here's something you don't see every day over here. Watch, I'm going by with the loader here, the skid steer. A Volkswagen Beetle. Something you do not see in the derby world. Still pretty rare. Fun to see these little cars derbied. These back ends are ridiculously tough on these cars. You do not see Volkswagen Beetles derbied that much, but this is one of them. They're pretty tough. You see, they have just a floating unibody frame, and they're very tough. I'm surprised, but they get pushed around quite a bit because they're pretty light cars. But we'll see how it holds up. It's going to be interesting. He's going to kind of defy the odds if he survives. Got a Honda right here. Honda Accord. And right next to that is a, what is this, a
Hyundai Elantra.
Hyundai Elantra.
07.
Okay. Yep. Nice, nice. Let's see what we got. Some more cars now over here. They're all over the place, guys. They really are. Let's see. So I believe that one on the trailer to be some type of, geez, is that a Nissan? I'm gonna be completely wrong, watch. No, it's a Mazda. Mazda. Should have known that was a Mazda 3. Got a Mercury Grand Marquis right here. I called it a Crown Victoria earlier. Same thing. Over here we got a PT Cruiser and a Lincoln Town Car. Got a Dodge Durango next to that and a Chevrolet Express van. Haven't seen one of these in a while. If I think it's been a long time since I've seen one of these. I could be completely wrong on that. In that pre-ran full size. Now we're gonna make our way over to the other cars. We got actually that's a GMC or well, geez, that's just a Equinox right there. I kind of got it confused. I think that's an Equinox. Yeah, but got a Ford van right there, kind of line, and a Tahoe behind that. I know I just caught a glimpse of it. Kind of trying to work through here because they're all over the place, and I don't want to make this video too long since I need to keep my battery and my storage as much as I can. Lots of skids running around today, just doing a whole bunch of different stuff. It's good to see that because that means they're probably going to get the cars off the track pretty quick. So that's good. But I guess we'll work this row first, the bone stock compacts, full size, and then eventually the vans. Yeah, that's just a Chevy Equinox, the one I was talking about earlier. First I thought for some reason it was a Traverse, but it's not. Definitely not. Got a Malibu right here. Painted number 3. Very bone stock Malibu right there. Once again, decent cars, but they have plastic front bumpers, aluminum spindles in the front, which very much hinder them, and they have rust issues in the back where they like to plow down and then they collapse pretty badly in the back and fold like an accordion. Got a let's see, what is this right here? This is a very small car. This is a Hyundai Accent. Okay, these are pretty decent cars as well. These Hyundais are just, they take heat very well. Another Hyundai here. These are starting to become more and more popular because they're good for bone stock because they got pretty tough front ends. You can see here, full subframe here, as well as a unibody, obviously, above that, and looped kit, and they take heat very well. Pretty tough front frames, not bad, and they take heat forever. They just don't seem to die. Very fun cars to run. I might end up running one of those at some point. Chevrolet Cobalt right here. These I always think are tough looking front frames until you start to realize that they're only one layer of metal. They're pretty thin. They tend to blow out, unfortunately. So they also have very brittle front spindles, unfortunately, as well. Now this is a car I've been starting to really look at derbying. This is this one happens to be a Chrysler Sebring. Same thing as the Dodge Avenger. These make pretty good demo cars as long as you can keep the electrical systems in one piece. The front frames are very tough on them. You have to move some of the things. The biggest concern for me on one of these is the throttle body being right up close up front, but this big bumper hopefully will stop that from being hit. Relatively tough front suspension too, so pretty decent cars. In front of that we got a Pontiac Vibe. These are also good cars. They take a lot of heat because it is a Toyota engine. Floating unibody, same thing as a Corolla up front essentially. But these back ends are the thing to try to hit with, obviously, because it's in bone stock. You just want to try to use this back end as much as possible. Hopefully it's not too rusty in the back. That would be a competitive car if it's not too bad. Up front of that we got a Toyota Camry. Once again, this is the bone stock compact, so I mean, everything's pretty well left in, as well as the gas tanks in the factory underneath the floor. But these cars always make, I mean, it's a Camry. Who am I kidding? It's going to make a good car. Got a Toyota Avalon in front of that. Obviously, this is going to be one of the more competitive cars here today, just because it is a Toyota front frame, this 90s Camry front frame, and it appears to be fairly clean. So for bone stock, I'm surprised that this thing's running bone stock with how clean that front frame rails look. But I don't know. We'll see how it holds up. I know it's probably a V6, so hopefully it holds up well, but we'll see. It probably will hold up well just because it is a Camry based car. Toyota. Got a Ford Crown Victoria right here. Behind that we got a GM product. Let's see if I can identify it. Am I good enough to identify it? Nope. Somebody's gonna have to let me know. Somebody's going to have to let me know. Let's see, what does the steering wheel say? I'm gonna have to look. Some type of V8. Is this a... Ooh, this is older, obviously, but I'm starting to think that this is an Oldsmobile. It is an Oldsmobile. Okay. Yeah, because I saw the Oldsmobile. This looks like an Oldsmobile engine just with that front tube on the front there. I remember seeing Oldsmobile with that front tube there. Oldsmobile V8. We'll see how that holds up. Behind that we got a Newport. Huh, okay. Newport, Chrysler. Probably 318 or 360. And those always hold up very well to heat. Got a Crown Victoria behind that. The most popular car for full-size bone stock, which they're most plentiful and they're probably some of the cheapest you can get. So that's why. As well as if it's an 03 and newer, it's got a very tough front frame. But the thing is that you got to watch the aluminum subframe up front. I wonder if this has it. I wonder if this is the newer style. It is. So you can see the aluminum upper there. So we'll see how that holds up. And we'll work our way from the back forward here. Got a Chevrolet Equinox first off here. Just interesting that they're this is a newer body style Equinox. I would have expected to see the older body Equinox, which I have seen here today. But these are starting to rot out too, so I'm not surprised. I know that GMs from like the 2009, 2010 era are rotting out, so not surprised to see one of them here. In front of that, we got a well abused Dodge Grand Caravan. Very abused, but we'll see how it does. It's interesting that this side bent so far in, and this side's almost completely straight still. Very interesting. Very big difference here between the two sides. Hopefully you can get the other side to bend in and hopefully not just have, but this is going to be the target right here, is this corner right here. And the worst part is the gas tank. In fact, your gas tank's still under this thing, so we'll see. I believe it's on the driver's side, so I guess that's actually a good thing. I could be wrong on that. It might be on the passenger side. I'm pretty confident though it's right there. There's a factory tank on these. We'll see how it holds up. Already got the frame collapsing in the front. This is gonna just be a running one, just send it kind of run here. Honda CR-V in front of that. You know these Hondas, well, it's a Honda, so it's gonna take heat pretty well. How's it going?
Good, how are you, man?
I'm doing all right.
Good.
Got the Dodge Grand Caravan in front of that. These always, I mean, like I said, these were the king of Demolition Derby, which it looks like so far they're going to be the king here today as well, as far as count, because I don't see that many Siennas here. I don't think I've seen a single Sienna yet. Could be wrong. But that's pretty much all we got for the Prelude, guys, for the afternoon Demolition Derby. I got to wake up a little bit. I'm pretty asleep still, but I promise I'll get woken up and get back out here and be able to tell you hopefully what all the cars are. Hopefully as day goes on, I'll wake up a little bit. I'm sure some Demolition Derby action will help me wake up, and hopefully you guys stay tuned for it. So that's what's coming up next. Video's not over yet. I just realized I missed a car over here. We got a newer style Honda Accord, which I've only seen a handful of these Derby now. I just realized I missed this one, and I'm not one to try to miss too many. We'll see how this thing holds up. These are the future right here, so we'll see. It's got a unibody. Wow, that is one beefy looking unibody front frame, or subframe. Keep on saying unibody frame, that's a subframe. So we got a pretty beefy looking subframe there. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen one designed like that, at least that beefy. So we'll see. Interesting, interesting. Alrighty guys, well stay tuned for some Derby action up next. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you.